Hello all, and welcome to Pacific Profiles, Women-Owned Spotlights from WBEC-Pacific. These spotlights shine the light on a member of the WBEC-Pacific community, the certifying body of WBEC Women-Owned Certification in Alaska, Northern California, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, and Washington State. For more information on our services for women-owned businesses, visit WBEC-Pacific.org or follow the link in the description.
My name is David Lang, and I'm the Marketing and Communications Manager at WBEC-Pacific. Joining us today is Natasha Miller, Founder and Chief Experience Designer at Entire Productions Incorporated. Welcome, and thank you for being a part of this series.
Hi, thank you so much, David.
All right, let's get started. Tell us about yourself and your business. What inspired you to start and get into your industry, and how long have you been WBEC certified for?
I've been WBEC certified for, I think, 5 years now, and I started my business 25 years ago, like many entrepreneurs, by accident. I was a jazz vocalist and a classically trained violinist, and I was performing at social and corporate events since I was about 15, actually. And in the year 2000, I made an actual business of it, meaning I got my first business license. I was still a sole proprietor. I moved to LLC, then I moved to S Corp, but we can go on to those details later. Again, we're celebrating our 25th year this year. Next year will be 26.
Excellent, yeah, and funny coincidence, WBEC-Pacific, we were just celebrating our 25th anniversary this year, so, race to that.
Yeah.
What is the biggest challenge you have faced as a women-owned business, and how have you overcome it?
Well, first of all, I think probably I didn't allude enough to what the company does, only how I started it. So it's a event production and entertainment production agency that caters to corporate events. So large scale Fortune 500 venture capital or venture backed companies. So that sets the stage for what I'm about to talk about. As far as being challenges of a women owned business, I'm going to be incredibly honest because it's a leading question. I haven't had any challenges because of the fact that I'm a woman. It's never happened. I've never engaged with it. And so I count myself as lucky because I've heard stories. Also, I would say that I'm a bootstrapped business. So I haven't gone out for venture capital or major influxes of capital. And so I may have incurred some of those experiences had I gone that route.
Out of curiosity, you said engaged with it. Do you mean in the sense that maybe you know how to kind of read, how to like dodge these potential pitfalls, or?
I mean, I think I could, but there are not any instances where I feel like as a woman-owned business that I've had a challenge with business or even in life. And perhaps it is an internal confidence or an internal survival, or perhaps I'm just ignorant to it. But my daughter senses this about me too, and finds it very interesting. She's 30, and we go through life, and there's so many obstacles. Believe me, I've had an amazing amount of obstacles in my life, and actually, that might allude to why I haven't suffered them specifically as a woman-owned business. Maybe I give off the aura of I'm not your target.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. On the flip side of things, what's a fantastic win you've accomplished as a business owner?
So many. And honestly, every single day, I find wins, even if they're not something that you would publish on LinkedIn or in a media press release. The big ones are that we are on the Inc. 5000 list of fastest growing companies in America for the 5th time as of last year. Our growth rate is continuing to grow. We made it through the pandemic when a lot of event production companies went out of business or really got into such big trouble. We ended up producing 400 virtual events in 2 years. So I count that as a major win. We went from doing small entertainment events to the tune of $500 to $1,500 at the very, very beginning each. Then I ran my first $100,000 contract that first year. We still have that client to today. So I count that as a very big win. And now our clients are spending multi-million dollars with us on each engagement. So it's been actually over 25 years, quite a slow trajectory, but very steady and incredibly fulfilling.
And it sounds like you've just had quite a bit of momentum that just keeps going and never lets up. Out of curiosity, are these is the Inc. 5000 ranking, has that been 5 years in a row or just kind of throughout the history of the company?
It was 3 years in a row, then a pause for the pandemic. But ironically, our third time was announced in the fall of 2020, which was really funny to us because we had just been announced as one of the fastest growing companies in America, but our multi-million dollar business had gone to zero in March of that year, and we weren't sure what the heck was going to go on. So it was a bright and ironic spot to be in.
Yeah, it's almost like, hey, I'll take that win for how, disastrous that year was for everyone. No,
Yeah, exactly.
that's funny. Balancing it all out, what keeps you motivated to run your business, and what motivated you to pursue certification?
The motivation actually changes in phases of chunks of life. So within 25 years, we have 5, 10, 15, 20, we have quite a few quarters. And recently, my current motivation is um, being able to be as creative as possible with growing challenges, which I look at as learning opportunities to do bigger and better things. And honestly, really focusing on my team and giving them the best career, the most incredible job, the best culture, and hopefully just eventually making just ridiculous amounts of money so that they can lead the life that they really want to or never thought they would be able to. As far as being certified, I looked as a business owner starting in about 2015 at amplifying in every way possible my business. And one of those ways for amplifying and also giving potential opportunities was to be certified as a certified woman-owned business.
Yeah, it kind of just, I guess, ties back into that momentum building, just keeping it going and going and going.
Mhm.
What's the next thing you can do?
Mhm.
Excellent. Have you seen measurable benefits such as new WBE partnerships, opportunities to bid, or new corporate connections because of having women-owned certification?
A lot of the benefits that I'm experiencing right now are educational, ability to connect directly with these large corporations in the technical space, in entertainment space. These are relationships that I could probably have gotten to with a lot more work than being a certified woman business owner. But because of WBEC's program and because I'm a part of it, I have more direct and quick access to them.
How does your certification differentiate you from your competitors?
Our industry, the event production industry, is not an incredibly sophisticated industry. So having things like the women-owned business certification and the Inc. 5000 fastest growing companies in America and other little distinguishes, actually they're not little, other major distinguishes, really does punch us through the atmosphere of this is a differentiator. And not only is it just something that's different, it's really important and something to be regarded. Honestly, being certified is not easy to do, right? There's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of proof that you have to put forward. So honestly, I don't know if anyone knows what that process is, but just getting through that and getting that certification is a badge of honor. It's also a point of pride. And I know that when I see that women-owned business certification as a consumer, I'm more interested in taking a look at the product or the service. Um, so I'm proud to be among the people that are also certified.
Yeah, and you use the word punch through, I believe. And literally, I was thinking, oh, you got the 1-2 punch of not only the Inc. 5000, but also the women-owned certification that, yeah, that definitely does put you in a
Mhm.
different league than probably your direct competitors.
Correct.
Has being a part of the WBEC-Pacific community grown your connections with other women-owned businesses?
It has. In fact, I went to the, uh, I think it was, let me think about this. I went to the event in Livermore where they were celebrating women-owned businesses, and I met a handful of people I had not met before, but live in my community, some outside the community, and found them very interesting. And they're all in different kinds of business. One was a woman-owned construction company, which was incredible. Another person helps businesses with leadership. So I like expanding my horizons and meeting new people and also learning from entrepreneurs in different types of businesses.
Yeah, that is one of the things that I love is when you're on the ground at our events meeting other people in the network is you really do see this interesting variety of people who show up. Who are like
Mhm.
to your examples, like construction is not the, women-owned construction company is not the archetype you would expect from that industry, but here it is right
Mhm.
in front of you and you just like foster these great
Right.
relationships that way.
Correct.
So you already partially answered this question, but what WeBEC Pacific
Mhm.
events have you participated in, and how have they impacted your business or
Mm.
personal development?
I was actually asked to be a speaker at one of the events a couple of years ago in San Francisco, and that was really meaningful to me. I was speaking about it's not enough to be resilient, you must be relentless. And that was right on the heels of me releasing my memoir, which is called Relentless Homeless Teen to Achieving the Entrepreneur Dream. And giving that talk and seeing the fellow women entrepreneurs or business owners relating to various points of my story, and then being able to give them the book to take home with them was really, really incredible. And then I met a lot of people at that event. And most of the events that I have been participating in were virtual, which is wonderful because you can be anywhere to do that. And again, just a couple of weeks ago, I attended at the Renty Vineyards, the Livermore location of a beautiful event. So I plan on being a little more attentive in person. And I'm going to be able to do that next year with my whole growth plan for the company for 2026.
Yeah, excellent. And yeah, for context, the Livermore, California event was our Catalyst 25 event, celebrating WeBEC Pacific's 25th anniversary.
Yes,
And
it
I know
had
looking,
incredible branding. It was just, I couldn't remember the name right off the top of my head.
yeah, and I like to think as marketing comms, I take a little bit, but a little bit of responsibility for that, but I'll try to stay as humble as possible. Um, yeah, and I know moving into 2026, I wanted to mention too that I know we're going to be working on having more in-person events around our entire network. So not just the Bay Area, but also even getting out to Idaho and Montana, other parts of Oregon. So that's
Oh,
something that
nice.
we're looking forward to as an organization.
Good.
All right, this is the grand finale. Do you have any advice to other women entrepreneurs who are considering WeBank certification or are already in the process?
I would say if you're in the process, keep going, get to the finish line. It's so worth it. There's so much education and opportunity that I haven't even tapped into yet. And I find it valuable enough to renew every year. So keep going.
All right, that's all we have for today. Again, thank you, Natasha, for taking the time out of your busy day to join us and share your story.
It was my pleasure. I hope it was helpful to anyone listening or watching.
All right, you can learn more about Entire Productions at their website, entireproductions.com, or follow the link in the description. You can also find them on social media on LinkedIn and Instagram. Take care, everyone.
Women's Business Enterprise Council Pacific, or WBEC-Pacific, is a regional partner organization of Women's Business Enterprise National Council, also known as WBEC, the largest and most recognized body of women-owned businesses in the United States. WBEC-Pacific serves women-owned businesses in Alaska, Northern California, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, and Washington State. If you're a certified women-owned business in the WBEC-Pacific network and would like to be featured in Pacific Profiles, keep an eye out on your inbox throughout the year for invitations to be featured. Thanks for tuning in.